everybody, this is AC Milan Talk. Welcome to a new weekly episode with all the going song of our favorite team, our favorite club, both on and off the pitch. First of all, let me introduce my two friends. First of all, Sheridan Bird. Hi, Sheridan.
Hi, Alicia. Great to be here. So many good goals and exciting things to talk about this week.
And welcome also to Adriano Del Monte. Hi, Adriano.
Ciao guys, and very glad to say for the last time from over here in Australia, I'm very excited to be back there with you very soon.
Plenty of talking points today, but let's start with our men's first team. Comeback victory in Frosinone for our rossoneri, who once again showed that they never give up, and this is very important also for Stefano Pioli. Sheridan.
It was another comeback victory, and the character that the team have been displaying recently has been fabulous. Naturally, you don't want to give the other team a lead in every match, and you don't want to always be chasing. But when that occurs, it's good to have more evidence that this Milan side, they really never give up, as you say. And it just shows the character in a team which has been decimated by injuries. It just shows that they keep fighting till the end. And it's just thrilling to see. It makes it exciting for the neutral. Perhaps it's a bit less exciting, or it's a bit too exciting for Mr. Pioli and the fans, because they would like things to be a bit more comfortable. But it's always excellent to show that you can come back against any setback.
Adriano, Pioli's lads have recorded 3 consecutive away wins, and they are 8 unbeaten in the league. And now they need to pushing for also the next matches.
Of course, at the end of the day, if you score more goals than the opposition, you pick up 3 points. And look, Mr. Pioli would have been a little nervous given this match, a very difficult one as we predicted. But it started well, of course. Leao playing in Giroud there, and Giroud continuing that sensational goal-scoring form. We discuss him every week for good reason. But of course, the game did get a little difficult despite the positive start. But then great to see Giroud tee up Gabbia there, and Gabbia with his first goal there, of course, back at the club. And then the late winner, Jovic, again, effectively his first touch, putting it in the back of the net. And as Sheridan said, that fighting spirit, 3 points is what counts. But of course, Mr. Pioli, look, I think there will be some frustration defensively, of course, conceding a couple of goals again. But just that solidarity, that unity in the squad, you see it each and every time, and it's what's really getting them through this difficult period with still so many absentees. So a really important 3 points at a difficult venue away from home.
A little focus now on our head coach Stefano Pioli with his words after the 90 minutes on the pitch against Frosinone. So let's listen to his post-match reaction.
Tutte le vittorie sono importanti, poi vabbè, ci sono dei momenti in cui ci complichiamo un po' le partite e dovremmo essere un po' più lucidi nelle scelte, un po' più attenti, ma è altrettanto vero che anche stasera abbiamo giocato, abbiamo lottato, abbiamo reagito a delle difficoltà, quindi c'è molta soddisfazione, pur sapendo che è solamente un'altra vittoria e ce ne mancano ancora tante. Luca è un giocatore di qualità, è un giocatore che è in un momento molto positivo, come la palla è dentro l'area, c'ha il fiuto, quindi, ma anche Oli ha fatto un gran lavoro. Insomma, è una bella vittoria, sarà una buona settimana piena di lavoro perché poi chiaramente comincia un momento importante della nostra stagione.
A great beginning of this new year, of this 2024 for AC Milan, Sheridan, with 4 victories in 5 matches. What does it mean?
I think it shows that with the absentees, the players missing that Adriano and I have both already mentioned, Mr. Pioli knows that he can rely on the players that come in and maybe wouldn't be regular starters. Maybe they wouldn't naturally be in the first 11 if everyone was fit and healthy. And I think it's great that he can rely on the entire squad. It's a squad game. 38 games in the league season, the cup competitions. So it's important to know that when you call upon someone to do a job, as they say, or to fill a space, or to just to deputise, you know that they will do you proud, and that's what's happening, and Mr. Pioli must be really pleased about that.
Adriano, the one against Frosinone seems to be one of the matches in which the main strength was the right and the positive mentality on the pitch.
Absolutely, and that never say die attitude. it's what we have seen make this team so great over the last few years under Mr. Pioli. And time again, when their backs are against the wall, it looks like it's a difficult time. They find a way to come out. Mr. Pioli said there that Jovic just tends to be in the right position, but that's what happens when you maintain belief. And obviously so many players that are still fighting and working so hard for the shirt, they are getting their reward, and it has been really pleasing to see. Of course, a team that have struggled, we know, defensively with so many players missing through injury, but the attack has been firing. It's 7 matches in 2024 so far, and in 6 of those matches there's been multiple goals scored in the match. And look, the attack is certainly giving enough opportunity for the team to pick up maximum points on the regular, and as such, another important win at an important stage of the season, as the boss said, with so many big fixtures and of course a return to Europe to come very shortly as well.
Important performances and many protagonists for their great skills, but today I would like to focus on Luka Jovic, who is doing very well in his first season in Rossonero. The 19 games with AC Milan, 7 goals, and 3 of these were decisive. Sheridan, important stats for him.
Yeah, he's been a really good signing. He came to Milan after a difficult phase, it's fair to say, with Fiorentina, and before that with Real Madrid, and it had been a tough time for him recreating the form with Eintracht Frankfurt that made him a global star, or at least put global eyes on him. But now he's settling with Real Madrid and he's scoring what you could describe as poachers' goals, predators' goals. He seems to be there when a defender makes a mistake or when someone has left a gap that they shouldn't have. That defensive header wasn't the best. One doesn't want to be too critical, but Jovic was there to snap it up. This is another one. There's no one marking him. He's got that nose for goal, as we say, and it's really helping out Mr. Pioli and his side. And it's great to bring someone on that just knows when to pounce in the penalty area. These are really good predators' goals.
Adriano, an incredible growth in Rossonero for Luka Jovic, and it makes same fundamental figure also for the team.
Absolutely. Look, I think Olivier Giroud's still a wonderful player, but of course a bit of depth and a bit of competition in attack is much needed for any successful club. The fact that Jovic, despite some limited minutes with comparison to some of his teammates, has stepped up and has been so decisive on a number of occasions now, as we're seeing here. This is a player who, it seems to me, he's found the right club. He's found a home. He's had, as Sheridan said, a bit of an indifferent last few years. It has been tricky for him since that big money move from Eintracht Frankfurt, where he had that incredible season. I think it was the 2018-2019 season in the Bundesliga. Earned that big move to Real Madrid. It didn't work out from there. It was a little difficult, but look, I think now at this club, in this city, with these fans, he is a player who is playing wonderfully, but I think he still has a lot of room to grow and get even better, and I think that's very, very exciting for Mr. Pioli and the fans.
Our number 15 in the heart of his journey in Rossonero after the 90 minutes of the pitch against Frosinone. So let's listen to his post-match reaction.
I'm very happy because of the victory and also for the goal. We need to keep moving forward. We are thinking about next game. Next game it's going to be very important for us, and I hope we're going to continue to play like we did in 2024. I'm working hard every day for moments like this one, that when a team needs me, that they can count on me, and I'm very happy because I'm helping them, helping the team to take the victories. Napoli is a very good opponent. It's going to be a difficult match. But we have confidence. We believe in ourselves, and we just need to play like we did tonight.
Luka Jovic talked about the matchup against Napoli, a very important fixture, a big match against the Partenopei. What about the difficulties against them, Sheridan?
The timing isn't great for Milan because Napoli are just starting to wake up from what has been, by their standards and what they would have been hoping for, a disappointing season. So there are warnings. Napoli at the weekend, they won their match with a very good goal from Kvaratskhelia, who was the danger man along with Osimhen last season. Hasn't quite had the same impact this year, so it will be a tough match for Milan because Napoli are just starting to wake up, as it were. So Milan won't have to face Osimhen because he's away with Nigeria, but Kvaratskhelia is there. Milan at home though, so shouldn't have to look too far back for inspiration as well, because last season in a short space of time, Mr. Pioli's side got three very good performances against Napoli in the Champions League and in the league, but they are still a team to be respected, Napoli, despite their current difficulties.
Adriano, what about the moment that Napoli are living now in the league? Many differences in this season compared to the points collected during the last season. Now they have 35 points, and in the same month, in the same period of the season, last year they collected 16 points. What do you think about it?
Of course, it's a different Napoli, no doubt about that. I think very, very disappointing from the bar that they set last season. Look, I think we saw the highlights there of the match earlier in the season, Giroud, those couple of early goals. Unfortunately, 2-2 it finished, but we know since then Napoli have made a couple of managerial changes. Mazzarri now in. Look, I tend to disagree a little with Sheridan in the fact that I do not think this is a Napoli team anywhere near their best. They have had a couple of improved results at this point in time, but with respect to the defending champions here, I think this is another test, as the recent matches have been, but I really think this is a really winnable match, and I think a massive opportunity to really take a stranglehold on that top four. So, look, Napoli, there's been a couple of wonderful battles between the two teams, and historically, it's quite surprising, but Milan actually haven't beaten Napoli in Serie A at San Siro since 2014. So it's been a long time, but I think after 9 or 10 years, I think this weekend is the weekend to set that straight. Napoli have struggled for goals, especially without Osimhen, and I think with the firepower we have up top, I'm very, very confident we'll see another strong performance.
Keeping focused on the match against Napoli, but changing topic, we're thrilled to see our new jerseys of the new fourth kit make their debut on Sunday night at San Siro, with also the opportunity to highlight the importance of the link between fashion and sports. But first of all, we're going to show you the video hero of this new fourth kit with a look at the inspiration and the design of this new collection. On Wednesday night, an exclusive event in Milan, AC Milan unveiled a groundbreaking collaboration with Puma and Pleasures for this new fourth kit. I personally love it. What do you think about it, Sheridan? And which one of the two jerseys do you like better?
Well, it's fabulous, isn't it? Olivier Giroud, Raphael looking mean and moody there. And it's very stylish, it's eye-catching naturally, and it's designed to link the two cities of Milan and Los Angeles. And many years ago, when I was younger, I went to Los Angeles, hell of a city. Milan, I live there, so I'm here every day. Another fabulous international city, so it's a wonderful connection between two exciting places. And the cream shirt as well, being worn there by Teo, you know, Adriano and I are the fashion experts on this show, so we both like it. I'm sure Adriano does too. So, you know, what more can I say? I have to hand over to my fellow fashion guru, Adriano.
Sheridan, I was going to say the same thing. We are the fashion experts, and for good reason. Look, I love it. I love the look. I particularly prefer the creamier one there, but look, both look wonderful, and hopefully we see some wonderful football played in them as well.
We're done, guys, so that's all for our men's first team and for Stefano Pioli's side. And now let's move on with our women's team. A very particular weekend for our women's team, for Corti's side, which collected draw against Fiorentina. What happened on the pitch during the 90 minutes, Sheridan?
Well, it was a frustrating result, of that there is no doubt. However, I still believe there are strong signs of progress with the Rossonere. Fiorentina, we discussed it last week, are a very good team who are trying to break up the duopoly of Juventus and Roma women. And Milan could have beaten, maybe should have beaten Fiorentina. Doesn't really matter, could, should, etc., because it was a draw. But Milan were leading in this game, and perhaps with a bit more luck would have taken the full 3 points. That's the first goal, and it looked like it was going to be a bright afternoon in terms of results, as well as the weather. That was Dubkova with a clever finish and fulsome applause. But Fiorentina are a very good team, and they were never going to surrender, let's put it that way. They got themselves back into the game, and as we will find out as the highlights unfold, it was a 2-2 draw, but I really believe that there are signs of improvement and progress, and there's evidence that Mr. Corti's methods are having an impact. Staskova scored there to make it 2-1, but I do believe this is not as negative as it might seem.
Adriano, a comment on the game and the clash against Fiorentina, but also looking to the weekend for the matchup against Sassuolo.
Of course, look, I think it was a positive result. We discussed that we are getting now to the business end of this first half of the campaign last week. A result against a team who are really battling it out there for the top two is a very strong result. And of course, that was followed up by another strong result in the Coppa Italia, eliminating Sassuolo, who was also this weekend's opponent in Serie A. Now, it was 3-0 midweek in Coppa Italia. A repeat of that result this weekend, and what would be a very important win for the Rossonere will really put them back now in the mix for that top 5 at the halfway mark of the campaign. So I said it last weekend that a result was a must. This weekend, this is effectively a final, guys. Milan simply must win, close that gap on the top 5, and then it will be all to play for going into the final 2 rounds before that split championship group and the relegation group. So this is certainly one to watch this weekend.
Sheridan, do you agree?
Absolutely, I agree with Adriano. I think it's worth remembering that the Sassuolo team that Milan beat 3-0 in the Coppa Italia second leg this week, there will be a lot of turnover, a lot of rotation. So Sassuolo will bring in a lot of their more senior players. But from that Coppa Italia match, it's worth saying that a lot of the younger players for Milan were fabulous. Silvia Rubio played very, very well. Iget played very well as well, and it was just a really good performance by some of the players that are pressing to try and get into the first team. Christy Grimshaw was captain for the evening, and she scored the first goal. So it was a really good performance, and there are so many positive things to look forward to, and the new players, as I say, were fabulous. Nadia Nadim played in the first half, and she showed some of her physicality. She'll be tough to handle for other defenders in the league, so it's a lot to look forward to.
That's all for Corti's side. Good luck to our Rossonere. And now let's move on with our under-19s. 3 full points for our under-19s against Cagliari. Very important points considering the actual table, Sheridan.
Yes, I've been excited about talking about the Primavera all week because they were so good. Against Cagliari in the league, you know, it felt as if they were back. My boys were back because they've had some difficult results. They've had some frustrating results. We know about that, but at the weekend, they were sizzling, and 2 of the goals they scored, which we'll see very shortly, were so good. Everyone should concentrate on these highlights, even if I'm talking over them, because it was such a good performance. Clinton and Ciala got the first goal with a great header, and then it was the Diego Sia and Francesco Camarda show, and I want Adriano to talk us through these goals, because I know he saw them too, and they were fabulous.
Well, Sheridan, I saw them, but then I was receiving texts from you how excited you were to talk about them, because your boys certainly are back, and a deserved 3 points there, a wonderful finish by Sia there, and it was a much-needed result. We know that there have been a couple of personnel issues, given the personnel issues in the first team, but this was very timely with European football on the horizon. Is this the best of them all? Sheridan here, Commander, with a wonderful takedown and an even better chip there just to finish. And it was, you could say, the perfect day and a wonderful return to form for Abate's young men.
These youngest talents that are showing their great skills, their great talent, and now the new opportunity for the matchup against Sassuolo. Again.
Sassuolo, it's the word of the day. Sassuolo, yeah, playing against Sassuolo Primavera at the weekend. One of the things about the Sassuolo youth team is if you look at their stats, they do concede a lot of goals. Hope I haven't jinxed it by saying that, but with the form that the Milan Primavera are on, and having seen the replays of that Kamada goal, just glorious skill from him, you have to fancy the Primavera against Sassuolo. We know that football plays tricks on you. We know that football can bite you when you're not expecting it, but I'm hoping for great things from Milan Primavera, with, of course, the UEFA Youth League not too far on the horizon. So it's going to be really exciting times for the youth, the Primavera, and I'm expecting more. I'm hoping for more wonderful play against the young Nero Verdi.
Adriano, what should we expect from it?
We should listen to the expert, Sheridan. He is enthusiastic, he's ready, and he knows best. So I'm with Sheridan. I'm expecting the good form and plenty of goals to continue.
Well done, we come to the end of this new episode. Next week, see you again on Tuesday with a comment on AC Milan versus Napoli, but also with a preview comment for the match, the Europa League match against Rennes. Let me say thank you to my two friends. Thank you, Adriano Del Monte.
Grazie, guys. See you very soon.
And thanks also to Sheridan Bird. Bye-bye, Sheridan.
Thank you, Lisha. Thank you, Adriano. Thank you to everyone watching at home.
Dear Rossoneri, thanks for following us and see you in the next episode of our AC Milan Talk. Ciao!